Good evening. Between 1,000 yesterdays and 1,000,000 tomorrows, there is only one today, so don't let it go to waste. Welcome to BMC News Live English. Myself, Shina Sultana, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Shura Council to vote on expat health check contracts. Education Minister of Bahrain outlines planned projects. The Deputy King of Bahrain says investing in society is the best way forward. Jobs push helps 20,000 Bahrainis. Today's news in detail. Health Minister Faika Al-Shalam, along with ministers from across the GCC, last night praised frontline doctors and nurses, support staff and volunteers for their continuous efforts in combating the coronavirus, as well as outlining plans to tackle any crisis in the future. The minister said that their unified endeavors and the high standard of care offered to patients enabled the Gulf states to successfully tackle the pandemic with professionalism and to prevent the outcome from becoming even more damaging. Expatriate employees could be forced to undergo medical checkups whenever their contracts are up for renewal. The Shura Council is set to vote on this new proposal during their weekly session on Sunday. It has been announced. Education Minister Dr. Majid bin Ali Al Naimi received Council of Representatives MPs Abdullah Al Dawadi and Basim Al Malki and briefed them about projects in their respective constituencies. Dr. Al-Naimi unveiled plans to construct new schools and school extensions in the governorates to enhance their student capacity in addition to maintenance work. The Deputy King has said that the exceptional circumstances presented by the global spread of coronavirus have proven that investing in society is the best way to achieve success in all fields and overcome challenges. This came as Deputy King His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa yesterday received GCC health ministers taking part in the 7th meeting of the GCC Health Ministers Committee and the 84th GCC Health Minister General Assembly hosted by Bahrain at Rifa Palace. The Deputy King has underlined the importance of strengthening accountability and responsibility across government work streams to achieve Bahrain's comprehensive development goals, led by His Majesty King Hamad. This came as His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa received Auditor General of the National Audit Office NAO Sheikh Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, who presented the 18th NAO Annual Report 2021 to 2022 at Rifa Palace. Deputy King His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa has highlighted the strength of historical relations between Bahrain and Kuwait. He was speaking as he received yesterday Kuwait's National Assembly Speaker Marzouk Ali Al Ghanim at Rifa Palace. National Communication Center NCC Chief Executive Officer Yusuf Muhammad Al Bin Khalil received NCC Digital Media employee Fatima Al Aradi and congratulated on being listed in the 7th intake of the PM Fellowship Program. He stressed the importance of the program, which reflects the vision of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, to promote leading national cadres to participate in Bahrain's development and progress. Al bin Khalil stressed the center's keenness on supporting NCC human resources and promoting personnel's expertise and qualifications in line with the government's visions and strategies. Foreign Minister Dr. Abdul Atif Al-Zayani has conveyed His Majesty King Hamad's affirmation of Bahrain's support for Libya's efforts to lay the foundations of security, stability and peace. This came as Dr. Al-Zayani took part in the Libya Stabilization Conference in Tripoli in the presence of Libya's Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Bey. Now we shall go for a short commercial break. Welcome back. Bahrain is forging ahead with its national employment plan with more than 5,700 companies offering jobs for citizens this year. The country has already achieved 80% of its target, having found jobs for close to 20,000 citizens until October. Bahrain is fully prepared for the onset of rains with contingency plans laid out to tackle possible emergencies, flooding and waterlogging in the northern governorate. Permanent and temporary solutions were discussed yesterday as 573 locations were shortlisted as flood-prone in the northern government. Major music, dance and family entertainment acts are lined up for the kingdom's first FIA World Endurance Championship WEC doubleheader. The Spirit of Le Mans will be staged in Shakir on back-to-back weekends with competitive track action to thrill motorsports fans. Bahrain yesterday recorded 59 new COVID-19 cases and 71 recoveries. Of the new cases, 17 were expatriate workers, 37 contacts of local cases and 5 travel-related. Cancer Care Group CCG, affiliated to Bahrain Cancer Society in association with Al Hilal Hospital, Salmabad, conducted an awareness program on breast cancer today morning. Over 100 people, including lady workers from some labor camps, attended the event. His Excellency Masooma Hassan Abdul Rahim, Member of Parliament Council, was the chief guest, and Dr. Sarat Chandran, CEO of Al Hilal Hospitals, was the guest of honor. Dr. P.V. Cherian, President, Cancer Care Group, presided over the meeting and gave presidential address. Dr. Sarat Chandran welcomed the gathering. His Excellency Dr. Masooma Hassan Abdul Rahim appreciated the humanitarian activities of CCG. Dr. Rajani Ramachandran, consultant gynecologist, Al Hilal Hospital, was the keynote speaker on breast cancer and spoke in both English and Hindi. Ms. Naina coordinated the event. Mr. George Matthew, Executive Committee member of CCG, proposed the vote of thanks. Mr. Matthew George was the master of ceremony. His Excellency Ahmed Al-Haiki appreciated the activities of CCG and invite. The Administrative Court of Appeals in of the so-called visa breach. This company is among 8 Umrah operators that were ordered to pay fines for the violation of rules, which was caused by the delay in the arrival of pilgrims by 6 hours. Subsequently, these companies approached the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah to review the decision taken against them, saying the delay in the arrival of pilgrims was a matter that was totally out of their control. The court issued its verdict revoking the fines after examining all aspects of the regulations involving visa breach. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Justice MOJ has allowed lawyers to enter all courts, enabling clients to access their services at the reception areas of enforcement courts without prior appointments. The decision follows the easing of public health measures by the competent authorities and out of consideration for attorneys as essential members of the justice system. It does not prejudice the e-litigation procedure guide, which prohibits holding a hearing when one of the persons or one of the parties appears in person, but the other in virtual rooms. The requirements for admittance are having taken the COVID vaccinations and showing the Tawakkalna application before entry. This decision would again be evaluated within 30 days to decide on whether to allow all clients to enter all judicial facilities in accordance with official recommendations. French drug maker Sanofi said on Wednesday that its flu vaccine can be safely given along with Moderna Inc.'s COVID-19 vaccine. The study supports the current recommendation by the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) that flu and COVID-19 vaccines can be given simultaneously. The data was reported in slides set to be presented later to a panel of CDC advisors. The World Health Organization said Thursday that 80,000 to 180,000 healthcare workers may have been killed by COVID-19 up to May this year, insisting they must be prioritized for vaccination. Data from 119 countries suggests that on average 2 in 5 health and care workers globally are fully vaccinated. This average masks huge differences across regions and economic groupings. In Africa, less than 1 in 10 health workers have been fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, in most high-income countries, more than 80% of health workers are fully vaccinated. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off by Shina Sultana. Good night.